I'll dream to spin fire. The NFT and diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From mint coins to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web3 is a dream, show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. While stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures grow.
Hey, Mega Jams, guys. Happy Thursday. It's actually Thursday, dude. I spent the morning thinking I was a day off, but right on track now. It's great to see you guys. Who's here? We got Choina here. It's good to see you, brother. Glad you're back. Katz is here. Good morning, man. Drop King's here. We're live in all the usual places this morning. We're live over on Abstract, and we're on X, and we're on Kick. I got to check into Kick and see how that's going. I don't know if anybody watches there, and I probably got to pretty up the banner and the description, and I probably got to do that proper. And always live over on YouTube. And man, like I always say, you have to come over to the YouTube side, over to CryptoSlam. You got to subscribe over here. Another day and another week and whatever of printing over in virtuals. People are doing so well, and I know some people think this is coming to an end, and you guys that are plugged in know this is not ending anytime soon. It's not. And this might be the most bear market resistant ecosystem I've ever seen, and I mean that. Like what I just said there probably sounds like hyperbole. Again, if you're in this stuff, you know it's not. VADER even put out a post this morning about it. We'll touch on that here shortly. On top of new VADER rewards coming out, those guys can't stop. They can't stop. I don't know why they're doing what they're doing either. I'm trying to make sense of why they're giving back so much. We'll talk about what it is they're doing, try to understand the why of that. But there is a lot going on. In virtuals, in crypto, in NFTs too. In fact, that NFT run is loading. It's basically here. We're feeling it in the art sales that are still cooking. Big art sales yesterday. But some big announcements are coming from some of the top projects in Web3. And all of that is just showing me that perfect storm is brewing here. That perfect storm's brewing. So NFT is about to cook here too. I love it, Drop King. All in on virtuals. Yeah. If you're not, it's a mistake. And I get why you're not. I get why people are not all in on virtual. Some of them. They think they missed it. They think it's like sounds too good to be true. There's so many reasons that make sense why people aren't in. That's why I'm so sure. I am. Who's calling it a bear market? I know people are calling for the end of this run. Oh, Moonship, if you're saying like where I said bear market resistant, I'm saying when we are at a bear market and Bitcoin's at 40 or 50 or however low what people think it can go and live. The lower it is, the spicier some of these virtuals launches will look. If we still have builders that want to launch in that market, we'll kind of run through the scenario. It's incredible. Anyway, smash the like on the show. Like I was saying, you got to catch this show. You got to catch the replays if you don't catch them live. It's just too much alpha here, including something like yesterday, which I'm buzzing from that show still. I talk about Billy Betts a lot. I love that agent. I love that team. I'm going to be... Just to be honest, my attention's a little split. I'm looking at a couple positions, a couple things I've got listed. I'm trying to free up some funds because I want to go really, really hard. I'm sharing my moves, but I want to go really hard into Billy Betts. I do. I want to buy that Billy token. You know, we got Alpha on the show yesterday. It was like that wink from Bunchu, right? But he all but said that they're going to be moving to base. So if they move to base, I assume that means their Solana token comes with them, so maybe they wormhole it over, or maybe they launch a new coin and they airdrop supply to the Solana holders. But I'll tell you, man, I see down the road, a year or two down the road, maybe, I see them being acquired by DraftKings or somebody like that. I see it. I think that Billy Betts token at like a 2.3 mil market cap is like, when you start thinking of risk reward and what kind of potential some of these trades have, I think Billy Betts has possibly the highest upside of anything that's launched in virtuals yet. I mean that. Other than virtuals itself, which I think virtuals could be the next hyperliquid. I do. All these things, like I say them, I believe them. And it's funny because when I say them out loud, I think about it. I question. I'm like, is that just crazy talk? Is that me being excited? And no, because I felt that way throughout. And conviction only gets stronger. And it's like my ordinals conviction. I know it's not here now, so I know it sounds crazy. But I think a couple years down the road of what this could look like, and actually even later this cycle, and could get crazy. Could get really, really crazy. Really special time. Anyway, again, subscribe over here, CryptoSlam on YouTube. You can follow me at Hudah_idiot on X. Of course, follow CryptoSlam.io over on X as well. And then Slam AI, Check out the light paper over there, by the way. And then our AI agent, The Swarm, you're going to be seeing tons of him, guys. Some of you, I shouldn't say, but some of you are, I shouldn't say, but some of you are fucking, some people might get a little hands-on with a little something. That's all I'll say. I probably shouldn't even say that, but some people are going to get a little hands-on with a little something. And then you'll see him in the ACP with Axelrod and AI XBT and just so many great agents. Mamo or whatever too is going to be in the hedge fund. I just saw that yesterday. It's like the who's who, the best in DeFi, and man, that hedge fund I think is going to kill. I do, and I'll come back to some thoughts about why and how big, and it all ties into why I think virtuals is still so early. The ACP is going to have a big part of that conversation. All right, before we get to crypto, I'm going to get quickly over to the virtuals ecosystem. Again, review the tokens that launched this week and what's coming and what's on my radar. And there are some really big ones coming, really big ones. I'm really excited. It's like out of nowhere, we go from it looking dry to like tons of awesome launches. I want to get to that quick. By the way, good morning, Raul. Good morning, Murray. Great to see you, boys. I like to share my meme coin plays, picks, whatever. Fuck coin we've been talking about since pretty early, 2.5 mil market cap, in it at 1.5. Guys, this thing touched 16 mil just a couple days ago with a moonshot listing. Pulled back after the Solana FUD, right? The pump fund token launching, Solana FUD. Meme coins start dumping hard. This did too, but guys pulled back to like 8 mil at its lowest. Back up to 10 mil overnight. Because of, well, a certain somebody talking about this coin. This does fucking matter. I'm going to play this. Let me share my screen a different way. I want to get the audio in here. A certain somebody who actually matters a lot is in Fuckcoin, I'm pretty sure. At least he sees what's going on here. He sees the community. I think he's in here.
But they're not. There's nothing to pick from there. Yeah. I mean, right now it's super hard for new, whatever you call it, cults or communities to be formed because, like I said, the game is, they're trying to make money on the first X amount of time. Yeah. I think the closest one is probably the Whiff guys really like the fuck coin, that coin. That's probably the closest thing.
Fuck coin?
Early community coin.
They're all over my feed.
Yeah, they don't stop. They're and this is out of the same Whiff guys.
Okay, this is where the alpha for me came from early. The Whiff whales. Those guys have a very high batting average, and they have some guys, big whales. If they want a coin to do well, it's going to do well. They're a hardcore community of holders. They are. Ansem talking about, I think this is the first time publicly he talked about Fuckcoin. He's tweeted about it in replies. I don't think he's put a direct tweet out about it, but Fuckcoin's legit. Fuckcoin feels like, look, it's up to the market, what the market's willing to give us. Is this kind of market going to give us a 50, 100 mil meme coin? It might. 50 mil, maybe. I still target 20, 30 mil for like shorter term, but if this market takes off, and I think it's going to very soon, and if we start getting 100 mil runners and stuff again, and we start seeing like 200, 300 mil, 500 mil, like Fuckcoin is one of those. It is. I'm going to have a lot of trouble selling this anywhere until I feel out what this market wants to give us. Like perfect scenario, market just on fire, banana zone stuff. I don't know. I think a meme coin where the motto is "fuck you" higher. Real talk, I think has that hundreds of mil potential. Anyway, Ansem now talking about it. Thread guy knows. These guys know. I know. Not everybody loves these guys. Like I'm there. I actually like these three right here. I like Ansem. I like Thread guy. I like Rasmer. The rest of the crew, no. I like those guys a lot. Anyway, Fuckcoin on their radar. I'm not letting that one go. It's different. That coin is definitely different here. So now I'm going to put another one on your radar that I heard about from a similar group. I don't want to say it's the same as Fuckcoin, but it's similar like origin as far as where I heard about it, and I'm in it. It's called Cruise. Funny as shit meme.
Welcome aboard Cruise Line, a brand new experience by the Tom Cruise Company. We have everything from Scientology seminars to the Ellen DeGeneres experience. Invest your money in this cruise
Stupid.
and be rewarded beyond your wildest dreams.
It's stupid, but it's funny as shit. I think my buddies got into it like sub 1 mil. I got in at like 3 mil and then DCA'd like at like 2 mil. I'm up now on it. I like this one. I think I see 10 mil potential in this one. And I'm going to pull up the chart because this one, you guys remember what the Fuckcoin chart looked like when we first got in? And it just like one of the most beautiful charts I've seen. I'm going to pull up the Fuckcoin chart. I'm going to pull this up. Like the Fuckcoin chart is like one of the best looking charts. Hang on, let me get this up here. One of the best looking charts still in meme coins. It's absolutely fucking amazing. Look at this chart. Come on. That's an amazing fucking chart. Okay. And now I want to show you what Cruise is looking like. And I think we're starting to see the very start of something similar. I don't think this one's got the same kind. Like Fuckcoin, I think's got it has hundreds of mil potential if the market will give us that. It's not that now. I'm not aiming for that, but it is that kind of coin. It's that kind of meme. But here's the Cruise chart. And it's looking really spicy. It's early, but it's got those great holders. I'm in this one. I'm shooting for like 10-ish mil. So there we go. There we go. That's the only two I'm looking at right now. I'm sure there's others, but those are my two. I mean, I'm trying to sell. I'm trying to sell some stuff. I'm actually trying to sell one of my GVCs to get some more of the Cruise token, and also to get some Billy. I see some pretty awesome plays out there right now. There you go. Like I said, I just want to share my moves with you guys. Crypto market looking actually pretty solid here. Very curious about this. U.S. China holding some talks here by phone. Great. Let's see if we get any word, any news out of that conversation. Could be good for the market. Could be awful. I don't know, but just be aware. These are the kind of like, short-term catalysts that we have here. On top of some stuff going on in the Senate right now. We'll get to that. Also, the U.S. Treasury just bought back over $10 billion worth of our debt here. Largest buyback ever. Just wait till that Genius Act passes too, man. Just wait till that. That's the Sendor. That's it. Assassin, good morning. Cutie, good morning. Hoods, good morning. A look at crypto here. Look at Bitcoin. Looking to push 106 again. Beautiful stuff. ETH over 2,600. Ripple 222. Solana 153. So it's a mixed bag. Bitcoin and ETH outperforming the rest. Look at that. Love to see it, man. Love to see it. SPX 6,900 is your top performer. Up over 4%. That token different too. Murad he's the man. I've been consistent about this. When the story is over of this cycle, Murad is going to be proven right. His token picks, his thesis, meme coins cannibalizing from altcoins, how high they're going to get. Murad is right. Murad's right. Quant, Toncoin, Leo, and Nexo. Those are your top 5 performers. And your top 5 losers, it's Jupe, Uni. Virtual's actually down 4.5%. Athena, and Sky. Hang on, let me retweet the show. I just realized I haven't done that yet. Give me a quick second, fam. Dude, it's so hard piloting the show. It is. Like I think most shows have like a producer. They got helpers and stuff, right? This is a solo operation here, so it's a juggling act when the show kicks off. Give me a quick second to retweet. You guys throw a little love on the show too. It does help a ton. On the YouTube side for sure, but especially on X, if you find a stream on the Swarm account, and just give it a like helps a ton. It really does. And people should be joining, man. They should. You guys know, look, I'm not like, we don't do bragging here or anything, but we're pretty good with getting into stuff early. I'm not a great trader, but I am really good at getting in stuff early. That I'll say. Quick look at ETFs yesterday, at least in the positive. We're looking at the Bitcoin ETFs, 87 mil in the positive. We'll take it. On the ETH side, though, and look at what ETH has been doing lately. Actually, ETH, not total, but on a daily basis, outperforming Bitcoin. What I mean by that is no days with outflows here in the past few weeks. It's starting to be ETH season. 57 mil in inflows. Again, that's the ETH ETFs yesterday here. All right, hang on. My window feels like not sized right. Actually, fuck it. Let me share this back the original way. Dude, I will be announcing later today more guests coming on the show, right? So Billy Betts again yesterday. Please go check out that episode. Just so good. And great guests coming on the show tomorrow. A couple of really great guests scheduled for next week. You know what's crazy? The craziest shit? Doodles are MIA. Was chatting with them to come on. All of a sudden, they just stopped replying. I have so much trouble with those guys, man. I hate to be negative about anything, but frustrating. It's like the big guys get love if you're not big and known or whatever. Nothing. We're emailing back and forth like twice, and all of a sudden, no replies now. Nothing. I want them on, but man, if I don't matter enough to get a reply, I don't know what to say. Looking at NFTs here, we have 19.2 mil. That's cross-chain sales yesterday. Sellers are down, buyers are down. Transactions down too. Average sale price way up. $111. Good stuff. And guys, 2 days in a row of positive trade profits. Not seen that in a long while. That's a great sign. Almost $250,000 in trade profits. Man, we need it. Again, we haven't seen that in a while. Top collections, Guardian Heroes at number 1, followed by Courtyard, Guardian Avatars, D-Market, CryptoPunks. I don't know what these are. Strat Options, Cracked, Dirtbag, Disaster Suit. These look like laundering. Look at this. One seller, one buyer on these collections right here. Actually, that's super weird. This looks really sus. 420,000 in each of these. That looks like money laundering straight up right there. I love seeing it, by the way, but not real. Probably pulls our volume down a bit. So heads up about that. DKT, NFT, Pudgies, Moonbirds, you see it all there. And GVC, shout out to those guys always. Top sales. Now, these actually aren't your top sales. They are that were on chain, but I'm going to show you some bigger ones here in a bit. But for now, we'll say top sale is Punk 5581. Sold for, actually, this looks like it didn't refresh. These are 2 days old. Whatever. I'll skip that. That looks like it needs a refresh here. Whatever. On to virtuals, man. Holy cow, this platform is ridiculous. Hoods don't have much entry position funds. Yeah, dude, Hoods, keep your grind the way you're dialed in. Keep doing it. You're doing what everybody did when you're getting started and you're starting to build your bag. It's going to take one win for you to get to the point where you can play this stuff a lot harder. You're doing the right thing. You are. And especially virtuals is the best place to be doing that right now. A little bit goes a long way there. And because I believe this is going to last longer than most other people think, it's keep slowly stacking this, stay active there, and you're going to have a big old bag to work with if you keep that up. I believe that. Some news before we look at the AI market. VADER with a big announcement yesterday. I'm such a fan of these guys, right? Not just because we launched with them when they did their EAO, right? Their early agent offering. Before Virtual's Genesis. Hey, cutie, that's cool shit. Look at that. John Cena. Got the follow. Before the Virtual's Genesis Launchpad, there was the VADER EAO. Kind of the same mechanics, launching at a very low market cap. It works. Our Swarm agent launched there. Check out the Swarm. Billy Betts launched there. And Wakehacker launched there. I've not heard anything of Wakehacker. Maybe I should get him on the show. I'd love to give him some love, part of the family. But these guys get the market. These guys really do. VADER's a special group. I got a lot of thoughts about VADER, but all I got to say for sure, they get the market. They get how to reward people. They get how to get engagement. They get it. I'm all in on those guys. Like, while I say the virtuals thing I think can last for a long time, VADER I think too, but that one I'm not, like my comments about virtual is not the same as VADER. I really do like what they're doing here, though. What they're doing yesterday was announcing a new YAP program. Gravity, we'll go back. Hang on. We'll start over for you. No, it's good to see you, man. We'll talk virtual staking because I have my strategy. And I think a few of us are kind of doing a similar thing. Cats, I know for sure. Vader yapping. Okay, this is the meta, right? Talk, tweet, tag the right accounts, get rewarded. With Kato, get rewarded with airdrops. With like the Loud token, similar thing, getting a pre-sale. In the virtuals ecosystem, talking gets you points. Points get you into pre-sales. Good stuff. Vader now doing their own Yap campaign. As of right now, 2% of Virgin points go to virtuals yappers. Pretty nice. But now on top of that, 1% of Virgin points are going to Vader yappers. So on top of the 2%, on top of the yapping you're already doing, the tweets you're already doing about virtuals, if you tweet about Vader, which counts as virtuals yapping too, there's another 1% of total Virgin points that are going to just Vader yappers. Huge, pretty huge, because here's the trick. It takes a little step and it takes a little money to actually get those rewards. I think it's worth it and I did it, but here's what you got to do. You have to stake 10,000 Vader to be eligible for those 1% of the Virgin points. For me yesterday, 10,000 Vader was like $370. I went out as soon as I saw the tweet, like maybe a lot of other people did. I went out and I bought it and I staked it and I'm in. I have to be in, guys. I have to. Why wouldn't I be? Because before, by the way, there's more rewards. I'll get to that from these guys. Before, though, I had $13 worth of Vader staked. It was like 700 tokens. Like very, very, very little. And I'm getting like 30 to 40 points a day just from Vader points. I think 5% of points go to Vader stakers. They get a huge chunk because they got some kind of really close relationship with virtuals. So I staked 10,000 Vader. Again, like $370. Oh, a point there. Guys, my $13 in Vader that was staked before got me $200 in Virgin. It shows me what these guys do, what they keep doing, which is keep giving more and more and more rewards to their stakers, to people in their ecosystem. Already, if I count that 200, I'm only into Vader now for like, what, $150 or so, maybe 175. That's how much I've spent on Vader. Another airdrop from them, and I'm even. I think my total investment is going to be completely covered here, probably within a month with these guys. Like, not financial advice. I don't guarantee anything. I don't know. I'm going by what they've done so far and what I think they're going to continue to do, which is just reward you for being in the Vader ecosystem, for staking. They've earned my trust on that right now. Okay, so you get 1% of yapping points or Virgin points for yapping about Vader on top of the 2% that go to you from just yapping anyways. Vader has a whole bunch of airdrops coming, right? Every time they do a space with a project, that project gives 1% of their token supply to Vader. The early token launchers like Swarm, like us and Wake Hacker, we gave 3% of our supply to Vader. Nancy also gave 3% of their supply, but Solace gave 1%, Axelrod 1%, Busy 1%, Arbus, Bookie. Look at all these projects that gave 1%. That 1% is going to be given to Vader stakers, all stakers, but the biggest chunk of it, 20% of that supply is going to the people who stake 10,000 plus. I know it sounds complicated. I would say don't overthink it. I would say, I'll tell you what I did again. 10,000 Vader staked, I consider that gone. You got to stake it for a year. I consider it gone. I'm never going to see that again. It's worth nothing. But what I'm going to get now in the meantime is points and airdrops, and I think it's going to be well worth it over the next year. That's my bet. It's that simple. It is. So again, I was already earning 30 points a day from my $13 of Vader that was staked. 10,000 now is going to get me about 500 points a day. We're talking like 3,000 points a week I'm going to get for staking that 10,000 Vader. If I just add that up over a month or two or three, I'm pretty sure it's going to pay for itself in the pre-sales I'm going to get into. But on top of that, I'm getting more points for yapping, and I'm going to get airdrops. It's incredible, dude, what they're doing. Again, the motive behind it, I hope it's pure. I think regardless, it's going to work. But if it's pure, then it's the gift that keeps on giving. Cutie, John Cena does that. He follows a lot of crypto people. He's cool. He's just cool. He does that. A lot of these guys that's what they do. They follow people. I think Vader's a really smart play. In my opinion, a really smart way to grind out points. Now, when we get to virtuals, I'm going to show you my points. I spent 15,000 this week. knowing that I was going to earn it back in a couple days because that's how it works. Spend your points, use them, you earn it back quickly. Spend 15,000. I'm going to make it back in 2 days, and then more and more and more. But I'm going to show you the Vader points I get too, and I think it's going to start adding up really quickly. Yeah, the Vader thing is the play. It used to be the under the radar play. Like Katz and I were doing it, and a lot of people didn't realize how rewarding the Vader ecosystem is. It is that now. People know that that's a play. Should probably be taking a serious look at that. A quick update from the Virtuals team too. This is just in case you didn't know. I guess I didn't think of it. I didn't realize. But look, if you ever unstake your tokens, right? You unstake your tokens, you're in a 14-day cooldown. You don't have access to your tokens. You don't earn points. Everything empty, pointing out, hey, you can, if you want, go restake them. You don't have to wait for those 14 days. During the unstaking period, the cooldown period, you can just stake them, tuck them right back in. It's important for projects that relock their tokens. Sometimes a project comes up to the end of their token lock. They decide to extend it. And man, if you were already unlocked in that cooldown, I think people were worried that, well, shit, now I miss out on, 2 weeks of stake time. You don't know. Zeesh, we'll talk about that one. Yeah, I like that one too. I like that too. Yeah, the Vader yapping it's a no-brainer. It is. Looking at the AI agent market cap. We'll say the AI ecosystem. It's not just agents, but down below 10 bill again, down 5.7% in the past 24 hours. I do think part of this is still from pump fun. I do. I think there's a bleeding out of these tokens, and it affected a lot of coins. I do think though the Virtuals ecosystem and base is going to benefit the most from the Solana FUD here. We'll see if that plays out over the next few weeks. I think it will. Anyway, 9.49 bill. That's your total market cap here in AI. Let's peek at our top agents, though, by market cap. Fartcoin on top, under a bill. Fartcoin getting hammered here the past 24, 48 hours. And a lot of this is actually since the Solana FUD. Big impact there. Cat's right behind him. Turbo, Toshi, AI, XBT. On the infrastructure side, it's FET, still cooking, still over 2 bill. We got Virtual, AI16Z, AGT, and Cookie. I really got to get that deep dive into AGT. I really got to get that in here. I gotta understand what they're all about. And then in DeFi, Ask Venice, Hey Anon, Griffin, Olas, Cortex. Yeah, no changes here. We're going to see changes here. More than anywhere, we're going to see changes here. And this does tie into, and I'm going to try to come back to this, why I think we're still early in Virtuals, why I think Virtuals has hyper-liquid type potential. And Kat said something to me earlier. We were chatting in DMs and how Virtuals feels like 21, 22 ETH NFTs. It does. And it's very similar. It's very, very similar. And it's why I think we're actually still early, because like early ETH NFTs, the speculation and the hype was on potential for products and businesses. Exactly what's going on in Virtuals right now. Most of these are utility tokens and new platforms. In fact, I'll just say it right here, why I think it's going to continue. Stake your Vader on the Vader platform. Yeah, stake on Vader. Guys, it's been predicted that this year, and I don't know if it's going to be this year, if it's extended out a little further, but that 80% of on-chain transactions are going to be handled by AI. AI agents specifically, like autonomous agents trading. I think 75% of stock trading is AI or algorithmically trading. On-chain trading here, a huge, I don't know if it's going to be 80%. It's going to be a huge chunk of this. 50%, 75%, I don't know, but a huge chunk of on-chain trading will be autonomous AI agents and AI systems, AI platforms. It is. And we're seeing the very start of that right now with things like Kosher Capital and things like GigaBrain, just the start. And what's going to happen is a lot of these projects that are launching now over on Virtuals, we'll see some of them today, are trading agents, are trading platforms, and it's driven by AI. And when we start seeing things like the autonomous hedge fund come out, and if they're making money, everyone's going to build their copycat. Everyone. If you see AI agents and AI systems that are trading and making money, everyone's going to copy it. Why wouldn't you? And you'll be able to copy it in the same way that guys remember at the start of meme coins, a couple meme coins. Not everybody had one. It was kind of complicated. And then it got to the point where you have a pump fund and it's with a click of a button, you launch a meme coin. And the same kind of with blockchains. Blockchains were kind of rare. There were some, but we're at the point now, it's like every day there's a new L2 coming out and an L3. And look at the Avalanche ecosystem. It's going to be like an infinite number of blockchains. We're going to see the same thing with these DeFi and infrastructure platforms in AI. Okay, great. A cluster or an agent that can trade. It's making money trading Hyperliquid or options or whatever, right? There's going to be some open source code that lets you just copy and make your own. And maybe you make some tweaks to it so you try to outperform the other guys, but it is going to go there. And again, if these agents are trading and winning and making money and making you money, we're going to be flooded with agents that are trading. And then this market cap is going to get stupid. And the tokens you're holding, it's going to get stupid. I think people are underestimating that that's what's coming or not realizing that's what's coming. It's been predicted for a while. Yatsu has said this. Yatsu has said 70 to 80% of on-chain trading will be AI. Not the AI tokens themselves, but AI agents trading 80% of the trades out there, making those trades. That's what's coming. Very much like early NFTs, the speculation that we're building out like this new future, it's happening in AI, and it's been predicted to happen. It is going to happen. I'm not set on what that percent is. Maybe it's 20%. I don't know. I do think it's way higher. But once it starts cooking, and it is starting right now, the very start of it, man, look out. Virtuals has unlimited potential right now because of it. ACP is a huge factor here. If the autonomous hedge fund comes out and is making a ton of money, game on. Any of these agents come out and make a ton of money, game on. It's going to get silly. You get how bullish I am. I know you do, but even I might not be bullish enough. We'll see. Let's take a peek at the tokens, the launches here on virtuals that have ended in the past 24 hours. Actually, let's just look this week, right? We can go back to asynchronous and ERM. Let's see how they're doing. But man, I know things got a little fuddy with asynchronous. I'm still not 100% sold, but I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. I am. And that was my call last week. Asynchronous was the dark horse. That's the one that was under the radar that I thought had the most potential. Hey, it's exactly how it played out. Highest market cap of the launches this week. Actually, by a good amount. Asynchronous is the one. So today I'm going to make another prediction on the next one. I don't think the next one's going to be under the radar too. I think people will see it quickly enough, but I'm going to tell you about it today before I think anybody's talking about it at all. Look at Centiarch. I mean, this is where you see the stuff that comes out to D tier, F tier, and how it's performing. And this thing barely over that pre-sale FDV. This one's sitting at just over 200K. You're not down. You ain't making money on this one, though. Barely. We'll see at the end of the lockup period if you get out even. That'd be great. Maybe you farm points in the meantime, but completed, people had to spend their points. Not great. Biggie, I'm with you. I think Sia might cook today. Yep. Mosaic. This was called a scam. Is it? I don't know. I think this is the one that, essentially treats your X account as a wallet. People ain't buying it. Again, you call something a scam, it'll be treated like that. 212,000. Not great. Not great. But then we get to ERM. A lot of hype about this one. Look, I like it. I lean towards like the side VADER is on with this. I know Nick is super bullish on this one. I get why he is too. It's actually an IRL business. Own their IP, bringing in money already, right? I get it. And I get they now have the opportunity to push people towards their app and continue these escape room experiences like on their mobile device. It's cool. I don't know if they need a token. I'm not totally sold. Anyway, this had the most hype this week. 3.4 mil FDV. Market cap is what is reflecting here too. I don't know if that's really the market cap or if it's lower, but FDV, yeah. So there's ERM, big success. I mean, this is a let me try to count. 5, 10, 15. This is like a 16, 17x from pre-sale. Still a big win. Still a big win. Hang on, Cutie. What is how much for the virtuals personal to? What is that? What is that, Cutie? What is that? But dude, look at fucking asynchronous. Almost a $7 million market cap now. They do have something launching today. We're gonna see. Like it's like, it's put up or shut up time for these guys. I'm rooting for them. I hope they put up. I think they could. Here's the tricky thing. So far, most of their stuff looks vibe coded. Their white paper looks vibe coded. Their website looks vibe coded. they use AI for their tweets, all of it. Let's see when the product is out how it looks. They got backing. They do. I'm rooting for these guys, and I think they're going to do it. But look at it, 7 mil market cap. All these doubters, haters out there. Again, I appreciate people doing the digging. Needs to happen. It needs to happen to every project. The way it happened to Asynchronous, every project it needs to happen to. Every single one. Because the FUD out there cost a lot of people an opportunity. People who doubted that this would do well. If you go by the light paper and the information that's out there, this looked like an easy win. It's why we called it. The FUD really maybe hurt some of your opportunities, I guess. Right, maybe, but I think a lot of you guys got in, which is awesome. Anyway, we'll keep updated with them. I think they're solid. Potential to be massive. I mean that. They have potential to be like ARK. I mean that, guys. If they are what they say they are, if they are what their white paper says they are, they have the potential to be the next ARK, and ARK ran to hundreds of millions. ARK ran to like 400 mil, right? This is infrastructure. That's what this is. This is competing with the ACP. This is swarms. If they pull it off, this is a monster token, and 6 mil is going to look free. 7 mil is going to look free. We'll see. We'll see. What's the is it their shells coming out today? Let me double check what product is today. Yeah, their shell interface. So you can stake and get points to use their platform. That's live right now. The shell interface drops today. Let's see reception. Let's see how people like it. Let's see if it does anything. If so, game on for that one. If not, it may be game over that soon. We'll see. Again, rooting for those guys. So that's what's launched this week, but here's what's coming, and there's some very bullish stuff out there. Sia, I know some of you guys hyped on this one. Guys, this is an agent launchpad. I'm not, by the way, I like this. I'm not totally sold. I do think it'll do fine though. Companions. It's companions. Now companions with tokens. This reminds me of something like, you guys remember that like waifu platform? Something like that. Now they have platform users. They have 5,000 users, 1,500 paid subscribers, $60 a month. They're making money. It's a legit business. That matters a lot. And I'm going to come back to that point. Having a business already matters a lot. They got it. So you're looking at an AI agent launchpad of personal agents. Again, more like companions, but also I think some of these have utility too. Peek at the platform real quick. That'll be a winning token. That's probably going to go to, I'm going to put that at like 7-8 mil, maybe. It's getting so much harder to like, pick your ranges because I can't feel out where we are yet. This is one that'll help me measure where we're at. I put this in the async kind of range. I think like between 5 to 7-8 mil for this. You can pick your agent. You pick your persona, a voice, probably its look, all different features you can unlock here. Image, video generation, its memory, maybe capabilities, companion, gaming player, on-chain payment. Okay, something that can accept payments. Crypto agent. Again, what's the like how well these all work? That I'm not sure about. Bro, skip that shit today, man. Trying to hang with us, buddy. Yeah. Man, this one's legit. I just feel like we've seen agent launch pads before, and we've seen things like this before, and I don't know that they've ended up to be game-changing. You know what I mean? So I think this is solid. I think it's a win. I think it's going to be actually like, this has the potential to be the biggest play of the week. It does. Dude, it's that. No, you're right. Actually, Moonship, you're right. This is closer to like Luna. This could be an AI girlfriend kind of platform. I'm staking Vader for a year. When I'm staking, for the most part, it's as long as possible. I consider all my stake stuff, my stake tokens, they're gone. I'll never see them again. If we get to the point where I unstake them and they're worth anything, man, I'll be thrilled. But I stake them, I consider them gone. I'm playing in points. I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. I'm playing points because I want to get a couple million points, and that's my goal. Get a couple million, all in on a play. And when I go all in on a play, I want to turn $1,000 into $25,000. That's what I'm aiming for, and it's going to happen if this keeps going the way it's going, and I think it's going to. 1,000 to 25,000. That's what keeps happening here. I'm not just making those numbers up. People are doing that. But it takes a lot of points to do it. So everything I put in right now is with that goal in mind. Stake, those tokens gone, but they're getting me points. And those points I'm just using and using and using as I go, get me, you know, and when I use them, I accumulate more. It's a game. But that's my game plan. I'm staking until I get a ton of points, and I'm going hard when we get a big time drop. Anyway, this one will do well. It will. Anyone who's making money, look, okay, I'm saying it out loud, makes me start rethinking stuff. It's already a business. Maybe this follows the ERM path. Maybe it's more like a 3 to 5 mil play. I guess that's why I say this is one I use to measure the space. Is this going to be 3 to 5 mil? Is this going to be more like async and it's more like 5 to 8 mil? We'll see. To be honest, I feel like it's more like ERM, but it's AI native anyway, so it makes more sense. God, I don't. We're going to see. Maybe I don't need to make a prediction. I always feel like I need to. Maybe I don't. I guess I don't need to make a prediction. I just know it's going to win, and I'll use this to help, you know, again, measure the space. Anyway, this is live. Well, it's live now to commit points, right? Yeah, I mean, you can be committing points right now. In fact, I should probably put some towards it. Let me think here. Well, let's look at what's coming up. Where else am I going to put points in the next few days? And we will go deeper into some of these. Hudah, no. Tweet bounty, scam, no. Don't touch that one. Oracle of preference. For me, no. Virginization, I think for me, no. Meta is a maybe. That's a day away, so Meta's a maybe, and I actually like what they're doing. TLDR on Meta. It's like a measuring proof of work. I don't mean on chain. It's a picture InfoFi that's measuring maybe our reputation and our tweets and our engagement and our followers and that kind of thing. This is taking projects and measuring what they've actually built. You're going to get a reputation score on. These guys are saying they do this, this, and this, but they've never put out anything. There's no product. There's not, and it's going to score them based on that, right? So you put the swarm in something like Meta. I imagine it's going to say, dude, that comes from CryptoSlam. They've been around since 2018. They built this and they built this and they built this. And they have this product out now, and this is their white paper, and here's what, right? And I bet you something like Swarm would get a really high score. That's what they're doing. And that's a really important piece of this stuff that we've been missing for a long time. So I'm looking at Meta. I think I might play that one. That's in a day. I'm actually looking at Artstead. I think that one's really interesting. I'm getting them on the show too. We're chatting right now. Art project on chain. I need to understand how it works. An AI agent that can create art. I think there's a big opportunity for that. I do. I think there's a big opportunity for that. I think Artstead is on my radar. We'll dive into that in a minute. Like, click through the accounts and look. Has some followers that are like people in the art space. I think that one's going to be a winner. Sniper Search. Okay, again, we'll go into these. I'm just looking for when they're releasing, thinking if I should spend some points. Nouns I like too. I think I think it's okay. Sensei, no. STRATOS is the one. I'm just going to say this right now. STRATOS is, I think, the biggest winner we have coming up in the next week. Until Babysitter. Nemesis, good too. AppDuck, I think, solid too. There's a lot of really solid stuff coming. Like, we have a really good week coming next week. But STRATOS is the one I'm planning for now. 5 days off. Hang on. What's up here, cutie? YouTube Live is fucked? Tell me what you mean by that. I hope it, like, on this platform or on this stream. Moonship, AI16Z developed it. Hang on. Well, maybe I'll come back to that. By the way, cutie, if you're talking about, like, if you're watching a replay of the show and you're talking about like the live chat feed, totally right about that. It takes a while to render that stuff. Now, on the bottom right where I put it on the screen, that'll show. But if I don't show, if I take that off the screen and you want to like read the chat as chat's happening, you're right. It takes 24 hours plus to show up. It's like a rendering thing. Okay, 5 days off is my plan to go much harder at points, meaning I actually probably going to play Sia right now. I think I'm going to commit to this, even though it's 1,000% oversubscribed. I think I'm going to put some points to this right now. I think I'm going to go like, let me see what happens if I do 5,000 points. So it's telling me that's only for one virtual worth. If I go 10,000 points, guys, we might trade this when it goes live here in 15 minutes. I might trade that. 10,000 points is 1.8 virtual. So it's like, you know, $2-3 worth. Points is getting tricky here, man. Points are getting really tricky, right? These are getting so oversubscribed. I need to spend some points, but I don't know about this. So let me look real quick and see if there's something else that I think is going to do okay, that I can get big points out there, but a bigger chunk of my virtuals can get in there. Meta might be the one. Man, this is tricky. Artstead could be it. I really do think there's something here. I cannot wait to dive into that with you. Let me see with Sia. And like, yeah, damn, let me see. I'm going to show you my points. I'm not getting good points the past couple days. I've been tweeting a little bit, and I'm not getting as many Yap points for tweeting. 15,000 I put to ERM. Following that, 3,000 points, 6,000 points, right? Decent. I thought I'd get more for putting more points in. I kind of did think that. Yapping is getting me my biggest chunk of points. 6,000 for yapping. Now, VADER, I staked my 10,000 VADER yesterday, and boom, 578 points. Really, really cool. Really cool. But my daily active bonus, actually, this might be the most I've made in daily active bonus. 971. Yeah, let me think through this real quick. I don't necessarily want to do 15,000 points again to get so little in return, so I might just wait for Sia and trade it. Yeah, I think I might just trade Sia. Because instead, I mean, when do my points expire? That'll matter a lot. Okay, I've got time. I've got like 6 days to spend 208. Okay, I'm good. I do not need to do points to this. So I'm going to do a little points. Okay, well, let's do, I think I'm going to do 1,000 points. I only get 0.18 virtual though, but I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do exactly that. I'll make back 1,000 points easy. Easy. Okay, I'm going to do that. When this goes live, I'm probably going to be trading it. Unless this opens at 5 or 6 mil, I don't think I want to buy it there. If this falls to like 2, 3 mil, I'm buying there for sure. Even 4 mil, I might buy there. By the way, when you do this, I'm just like a little advice. Okay, if you're going to trade this, and Katz had told me this before too, and I think he's spot on. Don't claim your points yet, or don't claim your tokens yet, right? Because if you go stake your coins, if you go claim and stake your coins, and then you want to go trade this token, look, when you stake it leaves a little dust in your wallet, like a little bit. So a fraction of a coin, it still leaves here, right? If you go then trade this token and you buy a bag and then you sell your entire bag, it's going to sell that little dust you had left over. And if you sell that little dust, you're in timeout. So if you're planning to trade a token, leave yourself some padding when you sell. Don't sell everything. Leave yourself like 10 token. I don't know, whatever the number is, or 1 token, whatever. Figure out what that padding is. Leave yourself some padding, or just don't claim and stake until you're done trading the token. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, dude, the meta platform's cool. That's a good point. If it's not token gated, what do we need the token for? It's a great question then. Yeah, I'm curious. But I'm on there too, and it looks really cool. Like, it's really interesting. Hoods, what do you need help with, buddy? Okay, we're waiting 10 minutes for this guy, so let's get into some of these projects. I want to show you Artstead. I think that's I'll tell you, I think it's under the radar. I'm going to share a little like alpha kind of too. Like, I don't think it's alpha. I'm brainstorming swarms. I'm brainstorming ACPs. I want to connect some projects together to launch ACPs. And I'm thinking of something I think that would be interesting. Art project, right? AI native art protocol where creators train autonomous artist agents to paint, evolve, co-create on an on-chain canvas. I like it. Guys, reminds me of Botto. Do you guys know Botto? Botto is one of the most iconic things, period, in AI. I mean that. It's an art project. It's a very OG art project. It's an AI, it's an LLM, I think, that a whole community of token holders of this Botto token together train the thing and get it to spit out outputs. Man, some of those pieces have sold for many tens of thousands of dollars, and I believe some of them hundreds of thousands. There is definitely going to be a market for AI art. This, to me, is like a new Botto. Now, other people have done that too. Just because it does this doesn't mean it's a winner, but we haven't seen this yet in the virtuals ecosystem. I think a lot of us have been waiting for like an NFT project on virtuals. This might be the first that works. And so what I'm trying to do, again, I'll just tell you what I want to do. I want to connect something like the Swarm, something that has all this blockchain data. I want to connect us to FX Hash and their NFT XBT agent, right? That's like reporting on NFT stuff. And then I want to connect it to an art platform, and I want to take data from projects and turn it into art. I don't know what that data would be. It could be take your sales data and somehow come up with a generative like algorithm to make a piece of art out of it. I think that'd be cool as shit. And now this idea will get a little deeper. I'm not going to share all of it, but I want to see art. I want to see an art project that's on chain that uses AI with a big art platform, and then get NFT projects in there somehow generating art. I think that would be cool as shit, and I think there's people who would be interested. I don't know if FX Hash would be interested in that. I don't know, but maybe they would. Maybe they would. Okay, here's the platform. Great looking site, by the way. I want to show you the site. Very legit site. They have thousands of artists from around the world already using it. I've gone and looked through, and it's not. I don't know any of these artist names, right? And I was hoping to know some. But this is a legit site and a legit platform. It's got real artists on here creating like fantastic art. I was hoping to see some bigger names that I know from NFTs. I don't yet. And maybe I need to do a little more digging. But there's something here. You know what? I don't want to go through all of that yet. I do want to show you some of the followers. Anna Wolf is a great artist. I collect her. She's awesome. Is she an advisor here? No, she's not. She's great. She's a great artist. This is the founder, and I do want to show you her account because what matters to me is, are artists aware of her? Like, do artists know her? And they do. I see a whole list of artists that I collect already, and people that are on other platforms. Collapse RB, I'm a collector of. Danielle King is amazing. She's a newer AI artist, but also very, very deep in the art ecosystem. She is awesome. Aussie, formerly of FX Hash, I believe that's that Aussie. Cableen, also an artist I collect. Zenika's following. Museum of Crypto Art following. Peter Pasma is collected, guys, by Flamingo DAO. Right? He's got some like legendary pieces. Sarah Ridgely, I collect. She's incredible. She's got some expensive stuff. Kenny Schachter, one of the first interviews I've ever done on Spaces. Oh, actually, we did a video stream. Me and Henry interviewed Kenny. Henry went to his house. Awesome fucking guy. Legend in the art space. Right? This is a Christie Sotheby's kind of art curator. He's huge. Anna Wolf, we talked about. Rob. Fucking Rob. One of the biggest guys in this art space, too, following her. Alexandra, also amazing. There's so many great artists that are following this person. Sasha Styles, incredible artist. Man, the Nyan Cat creator. I mean, like, this to me is already reputable, right? Has the right followers. Doesn't mean it's going to be a cook, but has the right followers, has the right connections. I'm very, very interested in an art platform here that now is on virtuals, on chain, right before the FX Hash explosion that's coming. Art is about to cook on base. I would keep my eyes on this in a serious way, and I think this is one of those dark horses that has maybe bigger upside than people might think. I would put that really, really high, guys. I would put that maybe in like, depending on when I can get a better idea of how it's going to work, that might be an A tier. That might be really legit. Okay, so I want to plan a big chunk of points for that because I think under the radar, meaning your points go very far with getting tokens. I think that's an interesting play. How does that one sound to you guys? That one's kind of interesting, right? And I know it's under the radar right now. I don't think I've seen any talk about it. Again, I'm chatting with her to come on the show. She said yes. We might do a Saturday stream with her then. I think that one is going to, perfect. If it goes perfect, that could be like the exact thing we've been looking for. Under the radar, but it's going to be successful, like we know. So you get a ton of token at that low price and not much competition. That might be the one. God, I got excited because you guys who know me from before, doing AI stuff, I collect art. It's where I made my most, for a period of time, it's where I made the most money. I did very well on art. I know it very well. I know the ecosystem and the artists and the platforms, and I have a lot of great friends there. Including FX Hash. They're coming on this show soon too. I know the art ecosystem pretty damn well. I think that play might actually be one of the prediction. That might be one of the best launches we've seen here. It just might. Under not super oversubscribed, but with some really, really solid potential here. Picture this, and last comment on it. If that does well, the art cabal, the big names in art that pushed, that Pokemon style art project, recently, those guys might talk about something like this, and they'll only talk about it after it happens. They don't know it's out there. I didn't know it was out there till I just skimmed this yesterday. I had no idea. That could catch on in a big way. Okay, done. I like it. Plan your points for it. I am. STRATOS, I think, is the biggest launch coming here now, until Babysitter. This one's really interesting. Part of an already established protocol with big followers, again, established platform. STRATOS will provide holders access, utility, and returns across Ithaca's protocol's AI agent infrastructure. Governance rights, returns derived from their swarm, so their other agents that trade. Fees and whatnot, I think, are going to go to holders of this token here. What is this trading, though? This is options trading. This is like autonomous options trading. Interesting shit. Let me pull up some of these accounts. I think this one is like really fucking spicy. I think this is automatically A tier, maybe S tier, maybe. I don't want to say S tier because I think that takes something that's like a no-brainer and huge names and shit. I want to save that S tier. I'm not giving it to anybody. I want to save S tier for like if Bored Apes come out and do some kind of like crazy agent. All right, just running through the names that are behind the project. A couple of them stood out a little bit, not crazy, but the platform did. Let's keep looking. Gosh, I felt like one of them really, really stood out, but let's go to their X account. STRATOS. Okay, this is their agent of the Ithaca protocol. Now that's the one that really stands out. Here's the Ithaca protocol. Almost 110,000 followers. Nick following already. Shuriken is a trading bot that I use in Telegram for base stuff. Floppa, I love, good dude. Alex is building, following. Jack following. Meta Street. Mario Nafal, not always great to see the Mario follow, but fine. Quigbell is awesome. Lord Truffington, whatever. This dude is great. Seeing him following is really good. Gabriel's following. Sammy's following. Dort is following. Like some really good followers. Legit platform. But again, as far as what it does, this is where I think it gets really spicy. And let me go back real quick. Guys, we should keep the art thing kind of quiet. I think it's gonna be cool. I do. I really think that's gonna be maybe one of our best opportunities for making some money. I do. All right, let me kill some tabs because I think we're getting ready to trade here. And then we will get to headlines, NFT headlines, crypto headlines. We'll get to the usual. Okay, sorry. Just want to kill some tabs because we're about to be live. Luke, dude, I see you over on Abstract, right? Isn't that interesting? Like, Luke is over on Abstract, and I know he's a big art collector. Met him through FX Hash. So, like, art heads will get it. That one's really going to click for art heads. And I do think there's something there. Damn, okay, that just kind of dropped off the board. It's going to go over to ended. But before it gets there, we lost it. Damn. Oh, here we go. Now, I'm probably going to trade this again. Depends where it opens at, but I think I'm going to trade this one. So you know what? I'm going to pull this off screen just to keep an eye on it. And then I want to go back to STRATOS. Artstead is really interesting. Okay, project details. And in fact, I made myself a cheat sheet, just some notes. I liken this to something like GigaBrain, where GigaBrain is doing leverage trading on Hyperliquid. This is doing options trading. Collectively, the team behind this platform has 100 years, actually over 100 years of TradFi experience. Man, they got I think investment board senior manager. I think that's what that was. Let's see. A hedge fund, so experience in a hedge fund, family office and senior quant, and then some AI some guys with good AI background. So they have a team with experience. Again, 100 years of TradFi experience in this thing. When I was saying earlier that having an established business does matter, so for SIA it matters, or SIA, whatever it's called. For ERM it matters a bit. For something like this, I think it matters. That Ithaca protocol is actually there from guys who know this stuff. I'm not able to vouch for how are their returns. Are they doing well? But I think this is going to resonate with a lot of people here, as this ties into our conversation that this on-chain trading is coming from AI. This is it. STRATOS is the gateway to the AI infrastructure of the #1 option strategy, and structured product protocol. So there's going to be all these agents that launch in this ecosystem. So STRATOS is their agent, but I believe you're going to be able to launch more agents, or through governance, you can push for them to launch more agents. And as those agents trade, fees go back to this core token, the STRATOS token, which, by the way, they have an Ithaca token. We should pull that up. The Ithaca holders are going to get some of this token, I believe. I think an airdrop of this goes to the Ithaca holders. So again, finding that token price probably would help us. Here's their employees, right? 25 years TradFi, 25 years TradFi, hedge fund managers, right? 25 years derivative trading experience. There's their AI specialist. I think they got the stuff here. What does the agent do? Represents governance rights and returns dividend from STRATOS Swarm. Dedicated meta agent composed of a STRATOS army of Ithaca protocol option trading agents. So these agents are going to trade on Ithaca protocol. There we go. Earns performance fees across all Ithaca AI agents. Okay. STRATOS staking unlocks custom agent creation and premium strategy access. And there we go. 35% of the supply is airdropped to existing Ithaca token holders. Let's see. That gives us our best insights. What does that Ithaca token look like? If we can find that CA, like they have okay engagement, nothing crazy, right? If I just look at their tweets and likes and stuff, it's totally fine, like solid. But if we can find what their, well, I want to look at their platform, but if we can find what their token is worth, probably helps a lot. It's not great. There we go. There's our answer. If that's the real one right here, and I don't know if it is, but let's say it's under $1 million. That's probably not the real one. Helps if I can spell here too. Ithaca. Maybe it's this one on BNB. That probably makes sense. It's probably this one. 1200. Yeah, this is the one. This is legit. That doesn't look great at all. If that's really the one. That's a terrible looking chart. What the fuck is that? I've almost never seen a chart that looks like that. That's like a no hope chart, but like that's believers hanging on. Like nobody wants to let go of their bags, but have to, and there's not a single buyer coming in. Like, yeah, that looks bad. I don't know what to say about that other than I like the idea. I don't know what the mechanics are of this token and what it did, but this reminds me back to that GPT WAI whatever thing. They already had a token. It didn't do well. Now the GPT WAI thing came out, their token, and did okay. Actually got to a few mil market cap. So that can outperform the first token. That's because it's speculation that's driving these prices. But these are backed by what? Cumberland and Wintermute. You know? I'm going to stick by that prediction that I think this is still, I think, the biggest launch coming this week. Because no matter what, if maybe whatever this platform didn't perform well before, people just weren't using it. I think AI is the game changer. I think AI is the thing that makes blockchain easier, maybe makes this kind of trading more accessible to people. Like I do think this looks very, very interesting. Yeah, I think for now I'm still going to keep this up there at A tier. But I will dive more into the platform and try to understand that token and what it was for. And like, there's more to learn about this. But that needs to be on the radar. I do think that's going to be potentially our biggest cook this week. Let's see what happens when they start talking publicly about their plans and we start hearing from those guys behind it. The site looks great. Are people not having luck trading on the platform? Just nobody's using it? Is it a mind share thing? There's so many factors here, but I will say all of that looks pretty good. There's their investors. Yeah, all in all, I think I'm still pretty damn bullish on this one. I'm going to put that at the top for this week. So Ithaca, that's probably what I'm going to game plan this week. Like heavy in points on that. I'm refreshing, by the way, Sia over on my other screen. That looks live now. 5.8 mil market cap. Okay. Now what I'm hoping for is a dip. I want this to dip to like 4 or 3. If it does, I'm buying. All right, let's get the wallet ready. Really solid launch, out of the gate at almost 6 mil. Great. Okay, we're ready with the wallet. Let's give that a refresh here. And let's see how many tokens I got. Actually, you know what? It's kind of like you got to keep in mind too, like claiming isn't always live right away. So this token could be live and people are buying it, but the dump hasn't happened yet because people haven't claimed their tokens to sell. So we'll watch for that. I do expect this to pull back, which is our opportunity. That's when we have that chance to get in. So we're going to watch for that. Again, STRATOS is the one I've got circled as the biggest one coming up this week. Let me put the other few on your radar that I'm watching for. Again, do not commit to Tweet Bounty. Meta, I like. Artstead, I love. We'll see how much I love it. The Nouns one I think will do okay. Maybe. I don't think big, like 1-2 mil market cap, maybe. But I like the Nouns and they've got supporters. We'll see. Nemesis is also really interesting. I'm not going to go into AppDuck. We've talked about it before, but it's like an advisor, like a business advisor, on-chain business advisor. Awesome. Babysitter, winner. Coming back on the show. Been chatting with them. They'll be back on. Winner. Also, this one, Elytra, also winner, I think. We'll dive into that one. We have a week, so we'll get to that one. These are just things to keep in your mind that are coming down the pipeline. Nemesis, though, 4 or 5 days off? I think this is another winner we got coming. Autonomous Day Trading Fund executes trades with exceptional precision. One of these, I believe I saw, is going to be going into the hedge fund trading DAO. Was that this one? No, but another like I said, guys, the DeFi stuff is about to explode. Look, maybe a bunch of these cook. Maybe a bunch of these autonomous traders cook. Maybe it's just 1 or 2, but all it's going to take is 1 or 2 exploding for all of it to just take off. And that's what I do think will happen. We're going to see this autonomous trading work. The ones that can't make winning trades, like those will get filtered out really quick. They can't win. Nobody's going to, buy their token. And they're going to consolidate to the good ones. But I think it's going to be kind of easy to replicate for a good team, like a team that actually knows what they're doing, knows AI, knows how to code, all that stuff, right? It will be able to be replicated. All right, let's watch this now. We're looking at the 1 second chart, 6 mil market cap. Now, if this can dip again to like even 4 mil, especially 3 mil, if I can see this dump hard, I'm going in. I'll set that slippage pretty high too. See if I can get away with 10%. That might not be enough. But let's see. 6.5. Again, I don't think people have gotten their claims yet, so I do expect this to dump. We'll see. It's definitely an opportunity. Again, what I like to do is buy that dip, watch it come back up, cover my my initial, my initial buy, which in this case, what was it? 0.2? It was nothing. So let's see if I can just grind out some virtual at this point. And this will dump. It will. Especially, I mean, if we're getting to 7 mil, that means people who got in the pre-sale are up 35x. You know what I mean? So the guys who got the biggest allocations, if you got $1,000 worth, you're going to take your 35 grand. You're going to. So this will definitely dump. And we'll be here waiting. Some of you are talking about that oops token. I do need to look at that one. I need to look at that one too. Sentry's coming up, and I like that one as well. But I think we covered all the ones that I'm feeling like pretty damn bullish on. Like pretty damn bullish on. And I think the arts one is the special one. God, I can't wait to chat with them too, man. Like what if that's the one? What if that's that magic scenario that nobody knows about it? Keep going. Come on. Get us down to closer to 4. I'm in. This might be a good spot already right here, but let's see. Somebody else take some profits. Get us down to like 4s. I put 10% slippage. That might be too low. Panic, you got the TLDR on oops. It has to dump. Again, some guys are up big. The higher it goes, the more sure you got to be it's going to dump. Some of these guys are up 35x. It's crazy. So these have to dump. They have to. There. Oh, come on. Let's see if I get that. Did I get it? Did I get it? Did I get it? Fuck. I should have gone way higher. Okay, I want another dump here. That was fucking wild. Okay, we're going to have to go up. We're going to have to set slippage to more like 20. Let's go 15. That was it right there. Fuck, if we got that. Oh, dude, base is so rough. I think 4 mil is not a bad spot for this too. I just still think this might be live right around this zone. When it settles, I think this could live 3 to 5 mil. That was it right there. Touch 2.5. Fuck. Come on, somebody else take some profits. I hope that scared somebody. What I don't know is, can I go dynamic and set my dynamic at 15 or 20% max? Because it doesn't seem to reflect that. Right? Like dynamic seems to be set at 5 no matter what. I might be reading that wrong. So I'm going to just go like 15. Come on, we might be getting it here. That was wild. We almost had it. Come on, take some profits, man. That was crazy. And I'm probably not doing slippage perfectly at all. You know what I mean? Probably not. $3 mil would be cool. I would take. In fact, I should go harder at it at that rate. Let's up that a little bit. Let's go 50. If we get another dump like that, and we might. Zeesh with oops. Okay. I'm gonna have to check that out. I definitely want to know more about those guys. I think this has got another dump in it, by the way. Again, it's even at 5 mil, again, we're talking 25x. Some guys are up big still. But damn. If we got in down there, we would have doubled our bag. When it's super volatile, though, 15% slippage might not be enough, It just moves so fast. That was fun for a minute, though. I wish we caught it, man. We were so close. Oh, gotta say, Fuckcoin's looking really good. I just peeked it. It's at 10 mil right now. And I want to peek at Cruise again. And I'm still watching. Corner of my eye, I'm watching here. Cruise is at 2 mil. Good spot. Okay, let's see. Come on, can we pull back to 2.5 again or so? I think we can. Is it coming? Dude, this one's fun. Oh, I was trying to remember who Francis Dunn is. He's cool. He's cool. Should also maybe be trading over on Uniswap instead. I wonder. I know it's Uniswap anyways, but I wonder if that's a little better. I really do think we could see another good dump, though. I don't love it here at 4 because, again, I don't think we see this at like 7, 8 mil. I think like 5, 6 is the tippity top. I just think that's the range, you know? That's without me understanding like all the tokenomics, right? Like people using the platform, how does that work its way back to, holders? Attention, is that it? Is it people have to buy the token to launch agents? Like that, I'm not sure. And then I just know there's going to be so many agent launch pads. Yeah, dude. I miss this stuff. That was wild there, man. I got to see that transaction too. I want to see how much. Actually, we could probably check it out. I just want to see how much was dumped in that clip. Somebody made a lot of money right there, Boy, on hang on, dude, did somebody made 68 grand right there? If I'm reading that right, somebody sold $68,000 worth of that right there. Hang on. Let me see if I can, and I'll put this on the screen. That was about 6 minutes ago, right? 13. That was it, dude. Somebody made $68,000 right there. This sale right here. That's 68 fucking grand. That's why we do virtuals, guys. So they got 17. Wait. How do you get 17 million SIA? I got to think about this. How much do you have to put in to get 39,000 virtual worth? I don't think that's possible. Hang on. No, let me do some math. At most, you can do 556 or 566. And if this was a 35x at the top, you get 19,000 virtual worth, right? 566 times 35. And this is like rough, like ballpark, but that would get you like 19,000. Oh, I know exactly what it is. I just added it up. Okay, so 2 wallets got max allocation. It could be a sniper too. That could be it. But the math actually adds up. Okay, so 566, so max allocation times 35 is about 19,000. 19,000 virtual worth. If you times 2, that gets you to 39,000 it gets you to 39,000 virtual. So I wonder if 2 wallets got max allocation, consolidated to 1 wallet, and then dumped it all. I think that's what happened. I would just guess because the numbers check out. So 2 wallets max allocation, combine it, dump it in 1 clip, $68,000. So those guys, what's virtual worth right now? Like, I'll just say 1.5. That's fucking crazy. $1.5. They turned $1,600 into $68,000. That's what just happened. Somebody just turned less than $2,000 into $68,000. That's why I'm playing the game, man. I don't think I'm going to ever pull that off, but I do think if I keep grinding my points up, I'm pretty sure I'll turn $1,000 into 10, 20,000. That's what I'm playing for. For me, it's going to be one-shot deal. Whatever's going on here is people like gaming it. And it's probably insiders. It's the devs of other projects who have a ton of tokens. And it's whales that can do that, right? The whales can play this game. They can play this game and make tons of money on points, or tons of money to buy the tokens, trade tokens, stake tokens, get tons of points, and then go all in and get these max allocations. I could go track that on chain, and we could figure out exactly what happened. You know what? Let's go. We might have missed our window to trade this. You know what I mean? To get in low enough. But I do want to see if we see a transfer from this wallet, like just a big incoming transfer of that token. I'm sure we'll see that. This is the wallet that sold. So let's see if we see like a transaction coming in. Banana gun router. Isn't this like a what is this? I'm not great at reading this stuff. Okay, here we go. In. Yep. So in, somebody sent this wallet. So that was either their initial claim. So someone sent them 18,000. So I wonder if they, I'm sorry, not 18,000, 18 million. I don't know if that was their initial claim or if that was another wallet sending it to them. Because maybe, so it might be that their initial claim was that 18. Okay, in 18 mil, out 17 mil, and 180,000. Yeah, I'm not totally sure. I just think that scenario I mentioned is probably how it played out. Yeah, I just think that's how it played out. A couple wallets won, and just consolidated. Huge though, big win, fucking crazy. This is what we're up against. Oh man, did we just get another opportunity here? Yeah. Ah, shit, too late. Yeah, it's too slow, especially because I have Pocket Universe in the mix too. So I have an extra confirmation I have to click here. This one's getting gamed hard though. But yeah, that's what we're up against. And here's what I think is still cool. Even if we're up against that, you still have the opportunity to win. Everybody here, I hope, whatever, but it has the opportunity, has had it already, has had some wins. For me, the wins have been airdrops. I made some on, just swing trading, but what I've won has been small. Like, but just so you know, guys, a lot of the screenshots you see out there of people making money is bullshit. It's like paper money they haven't cashed out yet. It's a ton of that. That said, people could realize that those profits are there for them to take. But we are up against this. Whales and insiders are definitely eating here in a way that we're not. But you see how it works. You know the rules. You know if you get enough points to play like they just played, you know you'll be able to get that kind of action too. So for me, this is the whole game. The whole game is getting that kind of action once. They turned $1,600 into like 70,000. We will all have that opportunity, I think, once. That's why the strategy is points, 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 nothing but points. All in on points. That's the kind of play that makes it worth it. So GG's to whoever that was. Again, probably an insider. I mean that. I do think it's probably somebody on a team. And I think people will call this one out too. I have a feeling we'll see some talk about this. So if you guys see anything out there on the timeline talking about this, like tag me on it. I'm curious. I should clip this out and we should show this though. I'll probably clip this out of the show later and put this on X. Again, I wish I were better at like reading base scan and stuff enough to know, find my way around, but yeah. I would like to know if that's where they had tokens come in, 18 mil. Hang on. Yeah, I'm missing something still. Because they didn't just sell 18 mil, they sold, it was like 39. It doesn't matter at this point. Either way, we know somebody just made a killing, and if it was fair or not, don't know. What's up, Mike Bennett? It's good to see you, man. All right, I'm going to pull this off and keep that on the side and keep watching. If that dips again to 2 mil, I'm in. 3 mil, I'm in. I think I'm going to be right with the range on this one, though. 3 to 5 mil is where it lives. Again, very much like ERM. It's got a product. If it's higher than that, I think it's because it's AI native, so it makes some sense. But I don't think this is like a 10 mil token. I don't think it's anything like that. And I hope I'm wrong, especially for anybody in it. I was looking for the chance to trade this and get some points, so we'll see. Probably the opportunities come again, so keep my eye on it. All right. STRATOS again. I think this will be the one. I think this is the one to watch. A tier. So we'll see. Buzzing put out some updates here, man. They've got a Chrome extension coming. Gives you some insights into Polymarket. Some bets on Polymarket. Hey, Mike, we'll catch you up. STRATOS, I think, is an all-in. Mike, because you're back here and because there's some new people watching. Guys, I'm going to give you my dark horse play. Please don't share it. Like, I'm like genuinely asking because I think this one might be special and it's way under the radar right now. Yeah, I think it's way under the radar. Okay, so STRATOS, yes. Like, dude, it's options trading. It's an AI agent that trades options, which I think is like, I think people are expecting that kind of stuff to come and do well. And it's from like the Ithaca protocol, so an established protocol. But I think the big dark horse here that's coming, I think we're going to see a big old NFT play here at some point. Like AI art is special. Botto, Claire Silver, Rafiq Anadol, Delta Sauce, great AI artists, tons of them, right? But AI art, I don't think it's had its moment yet, and it will. And I also think the AI art scene on base is going to do really well. So I found that this over here, it's Artstead, from an artist who's got a lot. Babysitter too. I think STRATOS and Babysitter are going to be, right there together. Babysitter's going to have they've got their month of hype behind them now, right? Babysitter, I think, is probably still top dog, but STRATOS is right there. Both of those A tier. This one, I think most people have got C tier, but I'm telling you, I think I got this. I think I have this B. I think I have this B to A maybe. I need to talk. They're coming on the show. We just got to firm that up, but I need to hear the mechanics of how this works. But TLDR, it's an AI agent that creates art. I think that's something interesting. I've been waiting for this kind of thing. The person behind this Artstead platform, which is a really great looking website, and it's been used, and thousands of artists are signed up on that site, have been using it already. But when I look at the founder's followers, it's some of the biggest artists, that I follow and collect, and platforms, right? Like, she's connected. I think there's a big old X factor as we're about to get into art season again. FX Hash's platform is going to launch, and there's going to be tons of hype around FX Hash. So I think we're about to hit art season. You guys see all these X copy sales, ripping lately. Delta Sauce has been selling like crazy. Like you've seen the art sales out there, the Pokemon art things. I think we're about to get a full-on art meta. Add to that the FX hash stuff that's coming with their FXH token, and I think we're about to see an explosion on base. So I got this circled as big dark horse. I think, again, please try to keep it here. I mean, like really. But I think this one has the potential to only get 500-600% oversubscribed. Maybe it's even like 300-400% if people really aren't into art and don't follow it and don't see the potential. This has a chance to be, it's going to get to 100, but it has the chance to be on the lower side of it. If it is, guys, if this to the tail end is like 150, 200% oversubscribed, I might go like all in on points. I might. After I chat with her and get a feel for how it's going to work, then I'll know for sure. All I know is that there's something really legit here, and it makes sense, and it checks some. It fills like this area that we've not seen filled yet. Art, real art, on base AI agents. It's just perfect story. But yeah. So that one, Babysitter, Stratos, and I'll just point out the other few that I think are going to do well. Like that'll work. I think Sniper Search I think is okay. Meta I think is okay as well. Like I put it C tier. I think that one's interesting. I'm watching it. But the A tier is Stratos, Babysitter, and again the art one I think is actually secretly very quietly. I think it's B tier and maybe A. We'll see. Nemesis I think is good too. I think that's like a B tier as well. I need to dig more into that. But Babysitter, A tier, Stratos, I think A tier. And this one too as well is really interesting. Same with Cyber Sentry. There's a lot of good stuff coming up. I'll say that. So I'm hoping that the art one stays under the radar. That's my hope. But let me blitz through the rest of our headlines. I know we went pretty long today, which was fucking awesome. Some AI updates though. Again, buzzing some updates, some roadmap stuff. Again, a browser extension gives you more information about prediction markets on Polymarket. I think is super cool. I believe we got some ACP stuff coming up for them too, which is awesome. Dude, my browser, I've got so many tabs, I'm fucked. Hang on, let me close some stuff. I'm not surviving. Okay, hang on. Yo, I just remembered it's Thursday. All right, hang on. I hope I didn't fuck up here. Okay, I think I'm good. Thursdays we have Jay Squiggle on, right? Jared Paz from 8nap Art comes on. We talk art. Just had a baby last week, so I was assuming he wasn't coming right anyways, but I kind of forgot it was Thursday. All right, my tabs are getting fucking obliterated, so let me close some and get through. Bunshu from Billy Betts. Again, I fucking love this guy. And I love Billy Betts, and I do want a big old bag of Billy. I do. They're coming to base, I'm sure of it. And I want a big old bag. It's at $2 million market cap. I think this thing, real talk, I think Billy, when it's on base and when things start heating up, I think Billy is like a 10, 15, 20 mil token. That's what I think of Billy. And I have a feeling they could get acquired by DraftKings, at some point. They're that good. Anyway, Billy, sir, Bunchy starting a 1,000 to 10,000 challenge using the Billy Betts tournament terminal. I cover him every show, and we'll keep doing that. And we'll keep up with his progress there. Signal. I love these guys too, by the way. Oh, actually, just a heads up. The man behind Signal coming on the show too. We're picking our date out here. I got everybody coming on, guys. I can't wait. They're part of the Virtuals Partners Network, just so you know. Cons is the man behind Signal and Acolyte, just so you know. So they got their business coming. It's all about Signal's all about like marketing, like X Mindshare, like X growth, which is incredible. I need that. Anyway, a percent of their supply for what? This Zia token, who they're helping market, is going to Acolyte stakers. So be aware, Acolyte, I think, is about to come up. Also part of the ACP. Be aware of that. We'll chat with him on the show. Tail end of the show, and we're going to wrap it up shortly, but I'll tell you who's coming on the show tomorrow. I'll get a tweet out here shortly. Mamo joining the Autonomous Hedge Fund. How about that? So going to join us, the Swarm, in the Autonomous Hedge Fund with Axelrod and with AI XBT. And man, Mamo is I'm telling you, yesterday you saw I didn't know much about it. It just wasn't on my radar. It should have been. But now joining us in the swarm in the ACP, that shit's coming really soon, and that is going to move the needle in a big way. Big way. I can't clear my cache, man. I can't do it. No. Breaks on what? What do you mean? What we don't do breaks. Let's see. Velvet Capital. Oh, their terminal lets you trade agents right in their interface, which is cool. Keep up with points and, agent tokens, whatever. Trade right there. Good stuff. Liked them a lot. We had them on the show too in the past. Again, you can dig through our catalog on YouTube and interviews with all these guys. If you're new watching, it's CryptoSlam over on YouTube. Project Verdant and Verdant teaming up with Kosher Capital. Interesting. Shekel stakers are going to get these miners in that Verdant ecosystem. Miners get you points, which I like. I'm going to skip Wim, although I like him, but I want to move on to some other big stories. I mean, we'll do these kind of quickly, guys. Kato, live on TikTok and Instagram. What does that mean? I wonder, guys. Well, I don't even wonder. I think they've got leaderboards for TikTok and Instagram coming. I think this is super interesting. Picture this. What if Kato, and I think this is what they're doing, integrate TikTok and Instagram. You have non-crypto people who are all of a sudden showing up in these leaderboards, all of a sudden are making free money from airdrops from Kato, and all of a sudden they're interested in crypto. How do I get more of that? That's super fucking interesting. If I'm reading that the right way, I don't know, man. Dude, Verdant's interesting. I don't like it, but I don't know why I don't like it. So that's a stupid take for me, but I'm with you. I think I need to look in more too. Anyway, Kato might bring some normies here. Crypto agents making it to people's wallets today. And I guess trading opens up today. I'm going to be shopping for one of these on secondary. Depends on what they're priced at, but I still like those. I'm watching those. I think those have a chance to be pretty fucking cool. So crypto agents. Here's the X copies I was talking about, guys. What is this? 1.1 or 1.2 mil in sales yesterday. There we go. 1.3 almost. Canvas swept 3. Cracked, dirtbag, disaster suit. All these bought on what's it called? Gandhi loan site. It is art season, man. I'm telling you, that platform coming, that Artstead thing coming. Perfect timing. 13.5 ETH, good vibe sale. Gold, crown, love it. Beautiful. What is that? Like fucking 30 grand almost? Is it? It might be 30 grand. Pudgy Penguins got, and I'm telling you, AI's coming. I'm not farming XP at all. I'm not even using it. I still use Magic Eden now. I just don't like farming. Virtuals is different. Little Pudgy's teasing something. They just had their third animated video drop on YouTube. It's pretty cool. NFT season's loading though. It is. So you can feel it bubbling up. Little Pudgy's got something coming. Bored Apes have something coming, and it might have got announced this morning. Remember though, in the next like 1 or 2 weeks, the Other Side metaverse goes live. The persistent metaverse, and I'm man, that is one of the biggest catalysts out there for NFTs. I have no expectations, but if it actually does well, if it's actually cool, if they have some really big new partnerships, if it feels alive, if we can start speculating on the metaverse again, man, all of a sudden we can start speculating on NFTs again. You have to have metaverse speculation to see a repeat of 21-22. If we want to see NFTs trading and getting the attention like last cycle, we got to be able to speculate on it like last cycle. And that means speculating on the metaverse. I'm really watching closely the Other Side launch here. Again, that's coming up in the next 1 or 2 weeks. Potentially huge. ETH. I think ETH all of a sudden, I don't know, complete 180. I think these guys are about to get serious here. They're seeing the competition out there. They released a comprehensive treasury policy targeting 15% annual spending on total treasury assets with 2.5 years of operating runway. Good. But also buying back ETH. Vitalik's buying ETH. Vitalik's buying other stuff. Like we haven't seen that. It's been dumping stuff, now buying. Hey, cool, cool, cool. Have you been farming, Mike? Good shit. Circle IPO. Dude, looking really, really strong. IPO hits 1.1 bill. 34 million shares at 31 each. I think it was expected to be around like 25, like 20 to 25. So Circle IPO, that's today. Spicy. This is huge. JP Morgan now will let you collateralize your Bitcoin and your crypto ETFs. Huge. Huge. Your crypto assets were useless except for using on-chain, or if you found an on-chain lender. Now JP Morgan. That's fucking huge. That's really big. Really fucking big. And then, guys, Cynthia Loomis saying she expects the Genius Act to pass next week. A lot of talking and deliberating on it this week. She thinks it's going to pass next week, that is the biggest catalyst this summer. That right there. Genius Act passing. Now, after the Senate, it needs to pass the House. You know what they're doing right now? They're working out the differences between the Genius Act and the Stables Act. Right? They're going to get rid of the Stable Act. It's just taking the best parts of the Stable Act, putting it in the Genius Act, right? There's not going to be two bills that make it through. It's one. So the Genius Act is the one with the backing. So it's picking out the stuff that the House wanted from the Stables Act, getting it into the Genius Act, pass it there, move it back to the House, or move it to the House. If that happens, guys, that is our biggest catalyst, aside from the Bitcoin Act, which, the thought was still that was going to get introduced this week. We haven't heard anything about it. But the Genius Act is the biggest catalyst we have for crypto this summer. I still don't think the Bitcoin Act will pass, but that's hitting the floor too. It's supposed to be this week. Haven't heard shit, but man, big stuff coming. Big stuff coming. Mike Bennett, I hope you cook, brother. I hope you cook. Fingers crossed for you, man. All right, we'll wrap it there. I will go live again, and I'll say this every day. I'll go live if there's a big story and I can get live, but the goal is to, actually maybe more to Cutie's point, is I still think the show needs to be shorter. Again, it's now an AI morning show. I keep the crypto NFT stories to the end. I still am wondering if I just need to do a 30-minute morning AI show and then go live with headlines throughout the day. It's hard to figure out the right way to do it. It is. We'll figure that out. Yeah, Mike Bennett, definitely. Benny, and thank you, man. Before you head out, smash the like. And definitely come over and subscribe to CryptoSlam over on YouTube. We do a lot of content over here. We'll keep doing it, and I've got a lot of big guests coming. To that point, let me show you who's coming on tomorrow. Let me pull it up on my other screen. Follow the swarm _AI. Dude, we hit an all-time high yesterday. I'm not supposed to talk price stuff, and so I just mention it because it's a fact. It was out there. It happened. That's that. Okay, tomorrow morning, joining us on the show is Bluedex. Probably butchered the name, but whatever. Dude, spicy agent, Athena. Athena is in the ACP, the Autonomous Hedge Fund Trading DAO. This agent's doing all kinds of calls like signals. And I can tell you this from seeing it behind the scenes, high batting average. This thing making some killer calls. Like really big winning calls. And so people are making money off Athena calls. That's where we're heading. That's the DeFi AI we're heading into. Easier access to great alpha. Agents that'll make those trades for you. I don't know if Athena does that or not. If not now, maybe will. That's where we're heading. That's where we're heading. So Bluedex will be on the show tomorrow. Can't wait. And Panic, is the artist for Artstead coming on the show? Yes. Yeah, I'm chatting with her on Telegram. She said absolutely. So we just got to lock in a date. So it's either tomorrow I do a few shows or I do a show on Saturday, like a stream on Saturday. We'll figure that out. There you go. Yeah, I think that one's legit, Biggie. Again, in the ACP, right, with us too. I mean, like legit. Hoods, I'm with you. I like the long talks. I do. So just finding that right balance. Here's the solution. If like I can grow this audience where like there's just, if I can get into these thousands of views for the one long show, then that's it. Then that works. I just know short content also works really well. So if it makes more sense to grow this thing by doing 30-minute AI show and then a couple 15-minute streams, big topics, just figuring out that. But there we go. Anyway, Bluedex on tomorrow, talking about Athena. Can't wait. Subscribe, CryptoSlam on YouTube. And guys, like always, great to fucking hang with you guys. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time on the Swarm Report. Guys, have a great day. We'll see you.